Hey, welcome back. Another day, another vlog. Ciao. Sunday night, the end of the weekend, and the start of the working week again tomorrow for everyone out there. How are we all? Hope you're well on this fine Sunday evening. Another day, another vlog number 180. You're beauty. Just about halfway through a full year. That's pretty cool. Didn't think we'd get here, but we are. Now, how's the new video going? Video's going well, thanks for asking. Got a heap done actually. I had a good morning. You have good mornings and bad mornings in editing, I think I found in the last, 9 months since I started doing it properly. And today was a good day, and I decided the best way to do that is just get home from work and go for a walk and just sort of reset the brain. So I'm not thinking about work and stuff, and just reset 12.5 hours. You sort of get a bit of tunnel vision, and then you're trying to edit and you're sort of stuck behind the computer for 12.5 hours. So to do that was really good, actually. Did well. I went out to Little Canyon again and got some more photos and found a couple of nice little spots and that. So hopefully those photos come out. I haven't even worried about looking at them because I've got way too much to get done. I've got a couple of days left, and I've got to pack rooms, I've got to clean room, I've got to try and sort out how the hell I'm going to get out of here and get everything done on time and try and get this video to you. So yeah, very hectic at the moment. But so that was good. Reset, went for an hour walk, come back, sat down, did my stuff, focused, and just smashed a heap of work. So very, very happy with what happened this morning. So it was cool. So tomorrow morning I'll get back into it, and hopefully I can get further along, which will pretty much get me close to maybe tomorrow night. I should be able to get it out. Fingers crossed. Just see how we go on the next session of work in the morning when I get home from work. Fingers crossed. Rightio, let's get in straight in the news. While I'm having a smoko, we'll get a quick feed after this. Netflix to spend $17 billion in 2020 on new shows. That's just insane. The closest is like Disney and that, they're about $2 billion. These guys are just pumping it in. That's a lot of Netflix and chill. That's a lot of pizzas, that's a lot of viewing. So there's going to be filmmakers out there just going, you're guilty. I'm sure the actors, the directors, cameramen, it's going to keep a lot of people employed. So yeah, it's pretty awesome to see that they're sort of that committed. They want to be number one, they want to stay number one, and when they're spending $17 billion, if they're not number one, that's going to cost them. Obviously it's a bit of a gamble, anything can change, you never really know, but they're obviously pretty confident, and to throw that sort of coin around, that's a lot of moolah in 12 months. That's over $1 billion a month just on stuff. They're spending a heap in the Asian markets as well, so they're obviously smart enough to know that that's a massive area that they can tap into, and then obviously the advertising revenue from that will definitely help. So yeah, huge, pretty interesting to see. And yeah, the boys looked at most of the others, and they're around the 1 billion to 2 billion mark for most of the big streamers. So yeah, it's definitely like 10, nearly 20 times, at least 15 times probably most of the smaller ones. So huge amount of money. So there you go. That's why when you go to your streaming and you always go to Netflix, there's always something to watch. So that's pretty cool. Good way to understand it, I guess. What else? Rightio. Now, I've talked about it in the past about cameras and the need to adapt and get better, and with phones having amazing cameras on them, and they're getting closer to, I guess very similar to quality, and most people use those photos for Instagram and stuff like that, and it's pretty interesting to sort of see that market change and how it all works. I've always said that if you could make a phone that had an interchangeable lens on it, it would be like the ultimate. It'd be, how cool would that be? Just some sort of cover on the back of the phone, and you can just go and do everything you need to do. Well, Tony Northrup, shout out to him. He's done a video, so you can go over and check it out on his channel, on the Samyang Galaxy NX. Now, I'd never heard of it, and I'm sure, like me, none of you guys have either. Come out in June the 20th, released June the 20th, 2013, 7 years ago. You'll see it on the thumbnail, the photo. It's pretty mind-boggling because Samsung was 7 years ahead of everyone, because basically what everyone wants now is a phone that can take awesome photos. Well, Samsung made this in 2013. I shit you not, it is awesome. Go through some stats. It's basically a, what do you call it? It's powered by Android. It's basically a phone with a lens thing basically on the front, which is what I've been dreaming and hoping for and asking for from many of you guys. I thought Red might have done it. It would have been perfect for Red. Red should have probably bought this off Samsung and used that. I think that's exactly what everyone wanted out of Red. They could have put their technology and adapted and up the ante a bit on it. I think they would have done well. It's here's the stats on it. Remember, this is 7 years old. 1.6 quad core processor, Android 4.22. I'm not sure what that is. I don't use Android, but software. So it's run on Android. It's an APS-C sensor, 20.3 megapixels in 2013. It had 16 gigabytes of internal storage. So you didn't need to go straight to a card. You could store it straight on the phone, like we do with our phones. You can store it straight on there. And then you could also put in a micro SD. So there's another 256 gig for 20-30 bucks. Insane. 2 gigabytes of RAM. Obviously that's not flash nowadays. You can get, I think, up to 12 gigabytes of RAM in some of these new flash phones, but that's just insane. It was Wi-Fi LTE, so that's 4G in 2013. 1080p at 24 frames a second, and also 50 frames a second for photos, I think it was. No, 1080p 24, and then also had 50 frames a second as well. I think that was in the lower drop down. 8.6 frames per second in still photos. That's pretty good. Shutter speed maximum 6,000, so it'll go up to 6,000, and a maximum of 25,000 ISO, which is not super huge for nowadays. The battery was 4360 milliamps or whatever an hour, so that's pretty good. And for that, and it was $1,000 US new with the kit lens on it. I looked on eBay, and you can buy these things. You can actually buy one. They were actually on sale. You can buy them, and they're still around about $1,000, roughly Australian, to buy on there. So that's pretty insane. Samsung, if you're out there watching, or any of these other phone manufacturers, go look at this thing, and that's what you need to buy. It is super cool. I was super stoked to see it. I don't know what. Obviously, 2013, the internet wasn't the same. Data plans weren't the same. Cost you a fortune for data. It's nowhere near like it is. The connections for Wi-Fi and 4G and all that weren't anywhere near the same. So totally different sort of time frame and way to look at it. But it's amazing. I think definitely go check it out. Samsung, if you ever see this, please watch Tony's bloody episode, and please bring this out with all your current technology, because I will definitely buy one. I don't use Android, but I think I would buy that, and I would take it and use it for me video. Chuck in that new Snapdragon, you get 8K footage straight out of that. Oh, mind blowing, with a proper lens. Just need an EF mount lens on there, or ER, or RF lens on there for mirrorless. That'll be gold to make it perfect. So yeah, very, very cool. I think it's amazing. I think that's what would go really well today. I think that's probably my personal opinion. Let us know what you think, if you would use something like that, if you would buy that over, say, a DSLR or a mirrorless camera. They cost thousands of dollars. For $1,000 you get something, and all you need is to buy some lenses, and you can use it as a phone and do everything. Send it straight to the web, send it straight by email, you can upload it, download it, whatever you want to do, straight from the camera. Very, very cool. Very cool. Good work, Samsung. I can't believe we all missed that. So far ahead of it. Amazing. Rightio, let's go on to something else. Samyang. We're going to talk about them. They've brought out 2 lenses. Probably last night. There wasn't a real lot out there tonight, but I just wanted to get this out. A couple of world firsts. Samsung's got a 10mm 3.5 prime lens, manual focus. It's the world's widest prime lens that you can buy. Looks really cool. It's only EF mount, unfortunately. f3.5 to 22. It'll go up to, supports up to 50 megapixel shots and 8K video if you shoot an 8K video, and it's distortion free. Looks lovely, and they sent me an email about it, and very, very cool. They do a great quality lens and at the right price. If you're looking for an entry-level wide-angle lens and you're running EF mount, definitely go check this out. Or those adapters, those Tech Art adapters, you could go and run this on there because it's manual anyway. You definitely adapt it. So 10mm, that's super mega wide. Looked at some of the pictures they had on there, super high quality and definitely worth checking out. Another world first from Samsung, world's first AF autofocus, 14mm 2.8. Wow, goes out to 22. It's again RF mount. Has a rear filter, so you don't need a big filters on the front. You can just put a slide-in rear filter in the back for your ND or polarizer filters and stuff like that. Very cool. Only 450 grams, so a little bit lighter. Weather sealed as well. And for an AF lens, 14mm, that is insane. Unfortunately, not many mounts from Samsung for that. I think they need to start opening up their mounts a bit more and get a few other brands in there, because that thing will sell really well. A 14mm 2.8, that's pretty cool. Autofocus, that's very hard to get. That's why I went for my Sigma, the 16mm autofocus. It's pretty much as small as I can get autofocus wise, or wide enough for these guys to bring that out. That's very cool. You could adapt it. I'm not sure on the prices on either of those. I think they're only pretty new out, so I'd say being Samyang, they're definitely under $1,000, so I definitely don't think you'll be paying over $1,000 for either. But an autofocus 14mm, that's super mega wide, and yeah, it's going to fit obviously a crap ton of cameras with that RF mount. So definitely check that out. Rightio, well, I'm going to get a feed. I've had a good day. Good day, as I said. Some days are good editing, some days are bad. Today was a good day. Got to get some more done. Hopefully, I can get this video out before we fly out. I've got to, because I can't do much on that last night. I probably won't even get another day, another vlog in. I've got a heap to do, and I've got to go and pack my room after at lunchtime. I can't have the shift off. I've got to go and actually come in, and I've got to go and knock home and wash and clean and get it all sorted before I fly out. So yeah, fair bit happening here, but yeah, can't wait to get home. Then I've got plenty of time to catch up with you and do some more stuff. Heaps happening on the channel. If you haven't subscribed, smash that down below, hit that bell so you can get updated when I do chuck out a video for you. And as you know, pretty much every night's the another day, another vlog. I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for stopping by. If you're heading that way or this way or going to bed, I'll see you soon. Peace.